ASDB Tucson's logo enters the screen, close up, then pans out. The words "edited by Brandon Decker" fall from the top of the screen. Letters appear, one by one, spelling the words "boys basketball" with a basketball in the place of the letter A. The ASDB Tucson logo, a blue letter A with a feather, pans in. Two cartoons hold a sign that reads "Coach Brown." Next, Coach Brown signs to the camera.
ASDB boys basketball. I want to talk about our basketball journey during the 2019-2020 season.
The numbers 2019-2020 appear on a blue rectangle paint splatter.
We had 3 goals this season. One was to bond as a team. The second was to get into a tournament and get first place. And the third was to get into state. Since December and into January, our team really bonded. During practices and games, I saw a lot of emotion: anger, frustration, happiness, some tears, some tension. But over time, the team became a brotherhood. They became best friends. I really enjoyed coaching them. That's how we bonded. Our second goal was to get into a tournament. We traveled to New Mexico and participated in NMSD's Roadrunner Classic. We got second. We missed first, but it was a great game, and we had a lot of fun being around the other teams and athletes. So second was okay.
The logo for the Western States Basketball and Cheerleading Classic 2020.
At the WSBC tournament in Salt Lake City, Utah, there were several deaf schools that competed against each other, and we were in the championship game.
A scoreboard showing the final score of home 27, guest 28.
We won the championship. That was our 3rd year in a row. We had a three-peat.
Silhouettes of players holding a trophy. 3 basketball hoop nets sit beside 3 trophies. Silhouettes of players holding a trophy.
That was amazing. There was a very emotional game. That championship game was intense. Very emotional, and I'm sure you would agree. But we won.
ASDB players and coaches stand in a line, smiling. Coaches and players stand with their arms around each other's shoulders. Colt standing on a ladder holding a piece of the basketball hoop net. Coach Brown standing on a ladder holding a piece of the basketball hoop net.
Now I'd like to recognize a few players. Colt and Ed and I discussed it, and we agreed. This year was a little bit different. I'll start with 2 recognitions. The first is for sportsmanship. It's important to represent our school well, not be egotistical, but be helpful, supportive, accepting, and listen to coaches, and not complain. This is for an athlete who has learned quite a bit, was very motivated to learn sign language, consistently was on time to games and practices, and this recognition goes to Brandon.
Brandon looks up wearing a white headband and black glasses. Brandon jumps high to reach the ball. Brandon, white uniform number 32, watches a teammate shoot the ball. Brandon tips the ball into the air. Fireworks explode on the screen with the words "Congratulations" in rainbow colors.
The second recognition is for Most Improved Player. The most improved player is someone who practices consistently, fixes their mistakes, and does not allow themselves to get into bad habits. They improve their performance by attending practices and games. This individual did not complain, but accepted that they made mistakes and accepted criticism, swallowed their pride, and was willing to fix their mistakes. Most Improved Player goes to Aiden.
The name Aiden enters the screen in fancy script font. A cartoon of bleachers and an audience clapping. A close-up of Aiden, number 10, standing with his team in uniform. An action shot of Aiden holding the ball with Coach Brown in the background and other players watching. Aiden shooting the ball as the other team tries to block his shot. Aiden looking at the basketball, ready to rebound. Aiden looking down the court with his hands out to his sides. Aiden watching the other team's player move the ball. Aiden jumping and making a shot with a concentrated look on his face and a defender closely trying to block his shot. Aiden getting ready to shoot a free throw. Aiden rebounding the ball.
Great job and congratulations, Brandon and Aiden. Keep up the good work. Brandon, keep practicing and I expect to see you sign more in the fall. Aiden, we're counting on you. You have grown into a role model for our boys this season. Next, I'd like to recognize Santana. I've known him since middle school. He's a very competitive athlete. He does not like to lose. He loves to win, but he's willing to learn from his mistakes. And he will not make the same mistake twice. Santana accomplished something significant. He scored 1,000 points. He made it to 1,000 when we were in Utah. We were thrilled for him. He showed me that he can work really hard, and he has over these last 4 years.
An image of Santana with Coach Brown, Colt, Ed, and his family holding a sign that says 1,000 points. Santana standing in black uniform looking at the camera. Santana holding a basketball in a glass case with the number 1,000 painted on the ball. Santana smiling widely holding a yellow and purple flag with the words Tohono O'odham Nation.
Congratulations, Santana. The next recognition is pursuing victory with honor. And that goes to a person who made sure that the other players stayed out of trouble, did well academically, made sure that everybody had their practice uniform, and pushed his fellow players to do well in practice. Made sure that they weren't lazy during practice. During games, he was a support system for his teammates. If he saw someone making a mistake, he would teach them techniques so they could fix their mistakes. He was fantastic. And I'm going to miss him. The award goes to Manuel Gonzalez. Congratulations.
A close-up image of Manuel in black uniform number 2 holding a basketball close to the camera. Manuel shooting a layup. Manuel jumping up higher than the group of players to make a shot. Manuel making a layup as players try to block the shot. Manuel dribbling the ball.
Last, I'd like to recognize 3 seniors: Aiden, Santana, and Manuel. These 3 athletes were very dear to us. Aiden hustled. He was fierce. If you made a mistake, he would accept it and move on. He played defense well. He was a leader to his teammates. He would accept criticism from his coaches, and he knew that the coaches wanted to make him a better player. We're going to miss Aiden.
An image of Aiden dribbling the ball in black uniform, number 4. Aiden dribbling the ball in white uniform with people watching from the bleachers.
Same goes to Santana and Manuel. The 3 of them were our co-captains. I want to say that we wish the 3 of you the best of luck in your future. Whether you're in school and college or whatever you choose to do, please come back. Stay in touch. Come see our younger players. You can watch us practice or come to our games.
The 3 coaches pictured with 3 seniors. Coaches are seated and holding their WSBC trophies and hoop nets while the 3 players stand behind them smiling.
I want to say thank you to our assistant coaches, Colton and Eddie. They invested so much in our boys, and they were an excellent team. Between school, games, and practice, they worked hard. They compiled statistics for us, communicated with parents to make sure everyone stayed on the same page. We're also grateful to our parents who invested their time and their energy picking up their boys from practice and games, going to watch their athletes in our games and supporting the team. Some parents even flew to Salt Lake City and to New Mexico to support the team when we were in tournaments and to watch your boys perform. I want to thank the parents for all of their support. Thank you. I also want to say thank you to the ASDB community and the volunteers who support our teams. Thank you, thank you. And we'll see you next year. Stay safe. I also want to say thank you to the interpreting department. Thank you, ASDB Principal Kelly Creasy. And finally, thank you to Brandon Decker, our athletic director.
The words "more pictures" appear on the screen. Player 21 looks to his left. A group of players watch as the ball is shot from below the hoop. Player number 2 dribbles the ball. Player number 2 makes a free throw. Player number 2 and 32 move the ball down the court. Player 22 watches the ball. Player 20 jumps and shoots as he's being defended. Player 2 and 20 guard the ball. The team stands in a huddle with their hands in the center. A player with his family, 2 women, hold roses. Coach Brown is wrapped in a tribal cloth by a player. Aiden holds a season photo of himself standing by Colt and Coach Brown. Santana and Manuel stand side by side holding their season photos. Coach Brown directs the players as they sit during a timeout.